What do you get when you try and take away somebody's culture?
You will not replace us! You will not replace us!
You get people rising up against you.
Look at that shit!
Oh man,
that's fucking
look at that.
Power right there!
Looking all the way back, all the way to the road.
Look at them all, reveling in their might. This can't possibly end but one way. You just can't march out in force without it taking a dark turn. Especially when you're trying to defend something that you think is precious.
White lives matter! White lives matter! White lives matter! White lives matter! White lives.
And of course, it's a great opportunity for the most charismatic to whip up the crowd.
What the hell are we doing out here? What in the hell are we doing risking our lives? We're risking our lives for our people, for our ancestors, for our future. That's what we're doing. Yeah!
Is that what you're doing? I just don't buy it anymore.
What? Do you think an Antifa can defeat our throng? Do you think an Antifa can defeat our group? They have no Antifa.
And that's why I don't believe your intentions are pure. I think you're just doing it as a power struggle. A stupid one.
Because they have no conviction!
Alright.
Hey, listen!
Off the statue! Off the statue!
Yeah, get off the statue. It's disrespectful. So what does it inevitably lead to?
Hi everyone, I'm Rena Ninen. You're looking at live pictures out of Charlottesville, Virginia. This is where violent clashes have broken out between white nationalists and counter-protests there. Joining me on the phone right now.
Because you just absolutely cannot have a party and not invite everybody. So all the groups that go out because they don't like something that's going on, they all go out and do their march, and all the groups that don't like the group that's marching, they all get together so that they can go and march against them. How does it not possibly end this way? Especially when they come with shields and helmets and weapons and, you know, water bottles to throw at each other. It's just so stupid. So stupid. But what inevitably happens next?
Fox News alert right now. New information and video on those reports of that car crash you were looking at in Charlottesville. A warning first to you. This video you're about to see is very graphic. The report coming from the Washington Post, at least 6 pedestrians that you see there were struck along the route of that white nationalist march, and witnesses say it was absolutely intentional what we saw unfold there.
You know, the first time I saw that video, I actually burst out into tears. It was heartbreaking. It's one thing when somebody from a foreign land goes to your country because they hate it and runs a car into a bunch of people because they hate them. It's another thing to see Americans doing the same thing because they hate other Americans. Because neither group really gets what it means to be American. Because they both think they know exactly what it means to be American. It's so stupid. What's the point? What is this gonna solve? Is this how you get your way? Really? So of course, the government had to get involved because, you know, people are driving cars into people.
That's precisely what needs to happen at this point.
Yeah.
It's great that the governor has stepped in and that the National Guard and the state police are there to augment the forces of the Charlottesville Police Department. But at this point in time, when you see sporadic street fighting like this and multiple locations where this stuff is occurring, then it's time to start to put people into custody and take the agitators, the real activists on both sides, put them in custody and until this cools down.
That's what we should be doing. Just arresting these people. You know, when you're gathering with shields and batons and water bottles to chuck at people, you know those people are gearing up for a fight. So you just arrest them on fucking suspicion of getting up for a fight because, I don't know, they're carrying fucking shields and batons. How stupid are we becoming as people? But no, instead, where exactly are all the agitators? Oh, being interviewed.
Right, just a horrific scene here, and we're here again to talk to a man who witnessed it all, and the man who videographed this from his cell phone. He comes from Pennsylvania, originally from Chicago. John Ziegler describes himself as a citizen journalist. And John, I want to get right to the point where you told me earlier, you think that this was a coordinated, intentional attack. The police have not named it that yet. Why do you think so?
I think that based on my footage, which you can clearly see the guy going at a very high speed into people, from other footage we've seen and other witnesses that were at the other end of the street who said they saw the car going slow and they allowed it to go through because they thought it was a cop, and then they saw him speed on the gas right into people, and then when he backed out and tried to get away, the other witnesses saw some white nationalists at the corner telling him where to go.
And you say there's evidence that this car had no license plates?
The people that were at the front of the street that let him go, thinking he was a cop at first, realized they knew there was no license plates on it, another reason why they thought it was a cop, and then when they put it together after the fact. There's some other misinformation, too, going out that I wanted to clear up. Unicorn Riot is actually not paid protesters. They're a 501c3 nonprofit media organization.
John Ziegler, thank you very much for that information.
Yeah, great. Thanks for the shout out, dude. Fucking assholes. So, what did our president have to say about this?
But we're closely following the terrible events unfolding in Charlottesville, Virginia. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. On many sides. It's been going on for a long time in our country. Not Donald Trump, not Barack Obama. This has been going on for a long, long time. It has no place in America. What is vital now is a swift restoration of law and order and the protection of innocent lives. No citizen should ever fear for their safety and security in our society, and no child should ever be afraid to go outside and play or be with their parents and have a good time. I just got off the phone with the governor of Virginia, Terry McAuliffe, and we agreed that the hate and the division must stop, and must stop right now. We have to come together as Americans with love for our nation and true affection, really, and I say this so strongly, true affection for each other. Our country is doing very well in so many ways. We have record, just absolute record employment. We have unemployment, the lowest it's been in almost 17 years. We have companies pouring into our country. Foxconn and car companies and so many others, they're coming back to our country. We're renegotiating trade deals to make them great for our country and great for the American worker. We have so many incredible things happening in our country. So when I watch Charlottesville, to me it's very, very sad. I want to salute the great work of the state and local police in Virginia, incredible people, law enforcement, incredible people, and also the National Guard. They've really been working smart and working hard. They've been doing a terrific job. Federal authorities are also providing tremendous support to the governor. He thanked me for that. And we are here to provide whatever other assistance is needed. We are ready, willing, and able. Above all else, we must remember this truth. No matter our color, creed, religion, or political party, we are all Americans first.
When did we lose sight of that? When did that stop being the most important thing to us? Why do we feel the need to divide each other? Why can't we all come together under one single ideology? It's so crazy. Everybody needs their leg up. We all can't just do what we need to do to be successful on our own. Help each other when we can, not hold each other back. But we've gotten ourselves into a position where certain people just can't fucking win.
President Trump tonight, caught in the fallout of all of this, criticized for waiting hours before making his first comments about that violence in Charlottesville. First Lady Melania Trump weighed in before the president did, and it's not what he finally said, but what he didn't say that has critics and supporters alike so upset.
It's just so stupid. Seriously. How are we ever going to solve this problem? How are we ever going to make things better if you just can't win? That's what's making people so frustrated. That's what's making people lash out, because they're told they cannot win. Because as soon as you ask the wrong question, I change it. And as soon as you think you have all the answers, I change the question. You just can't win. It's impossible. So why are we even playing this game? What's the point? What's the purpose? You can't play by their rules. You have to enforce the rules that are already on the game board. And don't let them change shit on you. Stand up for yourselves. But don't be violent about it. God damn. It's so stupid. And we're doing this to ourselves. We don't need a foreign invader to come over here and fuck us up. We're doing it to ourselves. What are we doing? I'd like to quote to you something that I heard recently. We must love each other and respect each other and cherish our history and our future together. It's so important. We have to respect each other. And ideally, we have to love each other. It's almost poetic, isn't it? And you want to know what's interesting? Donald Trump said that. Let me ask you a question. Did knowing that ruin it for you? And if so, why? Why can't the man say something poetic and meaningful and true? We all need to just learn to respect and love each other. It can be so simple if you just let it. I don't know, I guess gathering your torches and going off to fight Frankenstein's monster, I guess that's effective too. But not in a way we need.
We must love each other, respect each other, and cherish our history and our future together. So important. We have to respect each other. Ideally, we have to love each other.